Hey guys! So I asked you all on Instagram what video you would like to see next, and the one that got the most votes was how to do facial proportions. And that is definitely something I've struggled with, so I hope this video will be a help to you. So first I'm going to show you how to do a realistic face. And, okay, first you just start with a circle. Actually, it's more like an oval. And then you're going to draw a line down the middle. And make sure you draw the line a little bit past the bottom of the circle, because that's where your chin is going to be. So keep that in mind. And then you draw a line across the middle of the circle. So an up and down line, and then a line across, as you see here. I used to hate doing faces, trying to get the proportions right, especially the eyes. I would get one awesome eye, and then the other one would just be really, really bad. But I'll show you how to place those later. Right now, I am doing the chin, and you just kind of slope down toward the line, toward the end of the line, and then slope back up. And there's your chin. That's the basic shape of a human face. And now comes the eyes. Draw two little ovals on either side of the vertical line, right on the middle line that goes across the face. And just try to space them as easily as possible. If you want to use a ruler, that could help. And then draw the nose right in the middle of the eyes. I've found that the nose is usually about as big as the eyes are, so that can help. And then I usually start drawing the nostrils of the nose first, just right underneath the circle. And then the bridge of the nose, the part that's always highlighted. And then I'll draw the little flaps, whatever you want to call them, that go on either side of the nose. One thing about noses, I know a lot of people probably have a hard time doing them, but it's really on the shading. You have to get the shading right, and I can probably do a video on shading the face later. And then you do that little thing that goes under the nose, and don't do a hard line all the way around, but just kind of do half of it and shade that half, and then do a slight line on the other side. And I'm getting behind here. We're working on the mouth now. And I started on the first little top dip in the mouth on the upper lip, and then the middle of the mouth, where you open your mouth, usually goes on the bottom part of the original circle, and the mouth line isn't straight. It has, of course, a dip in the middle, and then it kind of goes slightly up at the ends, at the corners. And then I usually do pretty full lips in my drawings, if you couldn't tell. So then I do the bottom of the mouth lower than that. And these are going to be pretty big lips. And then I start on the eyebrows. Those are usually pretty easy to place. Not right in the middle of the forehead, but a little lower than that. And if you want, like I just did now, you can draw a line across. So they're at the same height above the eyes. And then for the ears, I've always been told that the ears are on the top of the ear. The top of the ear starts on the top of the eye, and then the bottom is on the top of the lips. And that I know that seems a little big, but that's just the average, I guess. You can make them smaller or bigger than that, but those are pretty good guidelines to go on. And I just set it up here because this really isn't what the video is about, but you can see me finishing the picture, and I didn't really like it that much, but again, this is just on facial proportions, so the drawing itself doesn't have to be that good. And now I'll show you how to do manga face proportions. Oh, look at that, I didn't put a title. Whoops. Okay, well, anyways, you start with a circle this time, and yes, it's a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as much of a circle as you can get. and then you draw a line down the middle, much like the last one. And again, like the last one, you draw the line a little bit past the bottom of the circle. And then draw a line in the middle of the circle. And then we'll start drawing our chin. Now in manga and anime, the lines, well, the angles are a lot sharper than they are in reality. So of course the chin will come to a point, and there will be slight angles along the jawline. And then you draw a horizontal line about where you started drawing the chin on the circle. And this will be the bottom of your eyes, and also where it meets the vertical line there, that will be around where your nose is. Now, when I draw eyes, I usually start with the top first, and that's what I'm doing here. And again, make sure they are about equal distance from the vertical line. I used my finger to judge that distance, and also the same distance from the edge of the face, and I used my thumb for that. And make sure that the top part of the eye is longer than the bottom part, at least for the average manga eyes. These are the ones I draw because I'm no expert, so I don't really do all the different eyes, and I don't draw manga or manga all that much, but this is what I normally do. And I drew those dotted lines just to show you that they are shorter than the top line. And then you put in your eyeballs. I really like drawing big eyes. I don't know why. I just do. I got into drawing manga. Okay, I always want to say manga. That's the habit I've gotten into, but apparently it's manga because that's what everybody else says. So forgive me if I mispronounce it. Anybody out there who would get mad at something like that. But anyways, I got into it for a little while when I was younger, and I really liked it. Maybe I'll show you some of my old drawings from that time. They weren't that good, but still, I did draw it a little bit. Okay, so I've been talking a lot, but I just drew some little, I guess you'd call them wings on the eyes, and then you don't have to do that. I just like doing that. And then the eyebrows are going to be really small, right above the eyes, and the ears are also smaller than the realistic face proportions. I would say start them a little bit lower than the top of the eye line, and end them just a tiny bit lower than the bottom eye line. And then your nose is that little small, not nose, mouth is that little small thing beneath the nose. And then I just started speeding it up here because, again, this video is about proportions and not how to color a face. One thing I did forget to mention, because I was getting distracted and talking a lot about things you probably don't even care about, is that the mouth is on the bottom of the circle, and it's also really small. And here is the finished picture as I'm looking at it now. Just remember, put the nose on those intersecting lines. It's right between the eyes, a lot closer to the eyes than it would be in a realistic portrait. But here's the basic finished picture, and I didn't really color it all the way, but you get the basic gist of it. So guys, that's all I have for you today. I was going to do some Disney or some other style of proportions in this video, but it's running a bit long and I don't want to make it too long. So here are the pictures, and the really lame realistic one, and then also for the manga tutorial, I did it like the first time I failed completely, and then this time I recorded it, but for some reason it didn't save, so I finally did that one. But now you know my struggles with recording with an iPhone. I really need to get some professional camera equipment. And also I want to get a backdrop, hang something up there on my ceiling so you don't have to see my shoes and my closet and just this bleh room behind me. One more thing, I just went to Kinko's self-serve printers at FedEx recently, and I printed some of my art. Here are some of the prints, and I have an Etsy shop, and I haven't posted these yet, but they're coming soon. They're on really nice, thick, glossy paper, and it doesn't reflect too much, so it's pretty good. And these are the ones I have posted. My night in New York, you saw that video. You saw this video. This wasn't a video, and neither was this, but I have these 4 prints up for sale right now, all less than $20, well, $20 or less, and I'll leave a link to my Etsy shop in the description below. And while you're down there, please give this video a comment and a like. At least give it a like. That helps share my channel with other people. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!